How's it going, everybody? I'm Drifty from Driftwood Gaming, and welcome back to Learning the Chrono Engine in RPG Maker MV. This is episode 2 in the Super Guide. I responded to somebody in the comments of the first episode, and they wanted to know how to make their own project from like scratch using this engine. And I started to explain the process, and then they were asking for a tutorial video, and I'm like, okay, well, there's quite a few things that you would need to do, so this is the tutorial video for that. But I'm going to preface this with, it's much easier to take the project that is given to you from MOG Hunter and just remove as much stuff as you want. Like, get rid of all these maps because, you know, they're not your maps, they're MOG Hunter's maps, but remove the maps, but like keep a test map, right? Make like a simple your own test map and move some of these events to the test map, and of course keep the tool map because you're going to need that. But because I want to show you how to make the project yourself, I went ahead and did it, and I tell you what, it's not really worth all the work that it takes. You should just use the project that's given and take out stuff instead of creating a new project and try to import everything. Because basically what you're going to be doing is creating a new project and then having two projects open at the same time, basically. And you're going to have this one on, you know, Chrono Engine on one side and your new project on the other side. You create another a map and call it tool map, or, you know, rename that first one. Call it whatever you want, doesn't matter. But on this first map, you need to take all of these events or any of the events that you want to use and put them in the map in the same order. So you find one, you Control C, you go over here, you press Control V. That's the first step, and you get those events. Now, that won't do anything without the plugins. You still can't run it. It's a long process. You basically need to go to Game, Open Folder for the Chrono Engine. Take the entire Chrono Engine, copy it. You just created a new project, right? This is for doing a new project, right? So I'm going to stress this is at your own risk. Don't overwrite and ruin your project if you've been working on it a long time. This is for if you've created a new project. Open your folder for the new project you created, and basically you're just going to like paste everything inside there. So probably don't want to do the whole folder. What we'll do is inside the Chrono Engine folder, you're going to take everything, copy that, and then just paste it inside your games folder and replace all instances. If it asks if you want to replace, just say yes. There you've got all of the stuff from the Chrono Engine into your project, which is basically taking the same thing, right? You copy paste the events, you make your own maps, you know, you make your own starting map. You take the events for like where the monsters are at, and you know, you could create your own as well, but you can see the code that they're using. So you're using the Chrono Engine as your template to learn. And like I said, you should just use this project as your first, you know, Chrono Engine project. Take everything out of this one instead of trying to add everything in, because you're still not done. You've got to open the database for this one and go to that. The actors don't really matter. The knights don't really matter. You can change those up. But to start off, it would be a good idea to copy paste them and in the same order as well. So to start off, take those first 10 skills or so and drop them down to 100 just so you have them in case you want to use them, or just delete them, whatever. Then copy paste from one database all of the skills to from the Chrono Engine to your database. That's easy to do. I'll illustrate how you would do that in the database. Just go here, go to the top, left click the top, hold shift before you left click the bottom. So boom, you right click and copy, and then you go to this database, and inside this database up at the top you would just Control paste. So we would clear all of these. See, we deleted all those. This is a new project, right? We're not deleting, we're just pasting all those again in there. So there we go, got all those back. Now what this has done is, because we kept the events in the same order, and that's going to make it so that the tool IDs match up and you don't have problems with the tool IDs. If you didn't do it in exactly the same order, you might have tool IDs not matching up the same and whatnot. But yeah, that's basically it. Now you've got all of these default stuff to look at as templates, because you're not going to use any of them, right? You're going to make all your own. So basically, oh, there's one more thing that you have to do, unless you want to make all the custom artwork. Okay, so you have to go to the plugins for Mod Hunter, copy all of the plugins the same way, left click, hold shift, go to the bottom, and then right click, copy all those. Go over to your plugins where it'll be empty and paste it all. Also install Yanfly's core engine and turn off Community Basic, and turn off the splash screen unless you want it. Also, you want to turn off another one that's going to cause you to crash if you don't have, what do you call it? If you don't have the right artwork in the folder for, like, say you want to use a character generator, well, you'll have to, like, do some fidgeting with the PNG files and format them in a way that this plugin's looking for. So I recommend turning off character poses unless you've already got a good setup on how to make the sprite sheets for it. But it's not too hard if you actually want to make the sprite sheet for it. Just go to the game folder. IMG characters, and you'll see that it's got its own kind of, like, where you've got like just one set on the PNG file, and you have like hero 1 sword, hero 2 sword, hero 2 casting, blah 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 blah, and those are being specifically looked for. So you have those 3 set up for you, and then some enemies as well. But if you want to make your own stuff, you'll have to resize the sprites so that they look like this. If, only if, you're using the character poses. Now, I don't know what other dependencies this has with the Chrono engine. I'm sure there's some entwining features. And if I uncover that, I'll let you know in the next episode. But right now, it seems to be working all right. Just turned off character poses. But like I said, I might encounter an error. You never know. But that's what I've done. Put it in the core engine. That was basically it. And everything else for the plugins. So we've got the plugins. We've got the basic events set up. We set up our character. I tried to make an actor, you know, of a custom one, Chrono. And if I try to put face for Chrono, will it crash? Well, probably not, because I'm going to see if I use all of Chrono instead of, you know, actor 2. And get the battler. We won't even need the battler for Chrono, but anyway, I want to see if it will still crash with this custom character. So with this one, I'm going to do a test play. Okay, so it still runs. And will we fight? Still works. Oh, so they all got initiated because the range. So I have to change the range on them. Because you can see the ones all the way over the right kind of corner got aggro. So we can use our skills. Can I target them all the way over there? Oh, I can. Let's see if we target that one. If it'll hit all 4, bam. Get them. I need to up the damage on that probably. Anyway, I haven't even done any balancing at all. Also, I have to figure out how to respace this and move this over. Probably just a setting in the plugin. So, one thing at a time, guys. If you wanted to create your own project and just transport all that stuff, it's just a lot of little steps, right? Nothing super fancy. So in the next episode, I think what we're going to be talking about is creating items, and how this is kind of interesting. You can create weapons that are the actual items. So this knife item is actually being called on tool ID 6, so it's being called like an item, but it's a knife. We can just change this real quick. So it's pretty interesting what you can do. You can add like a weapon inside your items and use that weapon to give it a specific damage formula. So what this basically does is it mimics the weapon replace, because it makes it so that a weapon will, when you use a weapon, it has a skill. So when you use that weapon, it attacks with a certain formula. So you can make each weapon have its own formula. I mean, you could already do that with Yanfly's weapon Unleash, but now you don't need that whole Yanfly core stuff for this Chrono engine thing, you know, if you're trying to do this. Not all plugins play well, but a lot of Yanflys play well with most other plugins. But still, there's incompatibilities, and I'm sure we're going to uncover some. So I'll let you know as soon as I do uncover some. Basically, just copy pasted most of the elements from the database from the Chrono engine into your own project, and just start making your own using these as templates. And the reason why I decided to just go ahead and take them in, because it's good to have something to look at, right? Otherwise, you're going to be staring at the help file for a large amount of time. So this helps you when you're just looking for, okay, I know it was just one command. What was it called? Oh, yeah, body size. That's how I make them smaller or larger, right? And that's there. But there's still most of the commands, and most of the time, you're going to be looking at that help file. So yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Pretty much, that's what you asked me about, and there's the tutorial for that. Next episode, we're going to add some items and how to add weapons as items, as well as adding enemies, and probably a combination of things. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for backing me on Patreon. I love all of you guys. So awesome. If you have any special requests, put them in the comments below. I'm not sure how far we'll go with the Chrono engine, but I know there will be a few more tutorials for sure. People want it. I keep getting requests for it, and people seem to be psyched over it. So yeah, we'll do some more tutorials, absolutely. Hopefully this keeps getting updated, and bugs keep getting nailed out, and I like where this plugin is going. It's a nice change, a fresh kind of battle system. And it's a dual battle system on top of that with the ABS. But anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I've got RPG Maker MV tutorials, Game Maker Studio tutorials, yeah, I said that right. Game Maker Studio 2 tutorials, two twos, and all kinds of other stuff. If that interests you, please subscribe. Like this video if you did like it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.